So our gut microbiota really starts to develop from the moment we're born and continues to develop and change over the course of our life. In the first 3 years of life, our gut microbiota rapidly develops and changes and is influenced by things from how we're born, to skin contact, to types of feeding, to the environment we interact with. We get microbes from everything from our brothers and sisters to even our pets. And so really it's our entire environment that shapes our gut microbiota. So after the first 3 years, our gut microbiota is relatively stable, but there's a lot of things that it requires to properly function. So these are kind of the inputs we give it. Everything from the environment that influences it to, most importantly, our nutrition. And so for the gut microbiota to function well, it needs the right kinds of inputs. And then if something happens, it may actually disrupt the gut microbiota and potentially allow for those opportunistic bacteria to crop up. And so certain types of insults include things like antibiotics, gut infections, and even stress. And so, of course, a lot of these things are not really avoidable. There are times when we absolutely need antibiotics, and there's times where we get gut infections despite being extra careful. Luckily, our gut microbiota is fairly resilient, meaning that it bounces back quite quickly from insults. That being said, researchers have theorized that when the gut microbiota isn't able to bounce back, these disease-causing microbes may crop up and increase our risk of actually developing diseases. We now know that the gut microbiota is associated with a whole array of diseases, everything from diabetes and cardiovascular disease, all the way up to things like allergies and asthma, as well as things like celiac disease and inflammatory bowel disease. So this really has researchers excited and interested in finding out how they can use the gut microbiota and harness the power of it to really not only treat disease, but also prevent it.